not knowing sometimes makes us very
skeptical.
Very skeptical.
Yeah.
Because we've heard of scams. Guys have been thoroughly brutalized.
Yeah.
And he's right. You hear these things that are always on TV, term life insurance, 500,000 or whatever. Then you hear of other schemes that end up being Ponzi schemes or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just that people don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't know whether your 401k is going to be alive tomorrow.
Yes.
Right?
But there's a known that whether you're going to be alive or dead, you can still get it.
Okay, and the same that known is also exists in life insurance. Whether you're going to
not alive. You can't get it when alive.
100%. 100%. You get it when you're alive, because if we look at that instance where you're putting money into a cash value policy and index universal life, right, you're putting money into it,
okay,
and it's giving you returns based on what the market is returning on the positive side.
Okay, and
you do that for 20 years. OneMic, in this particular example, this is a 40-year-old, right?
Yes.
How much have they put in here?
180.
180, right? And this is in how many years?
15.
15 years, right? And how much? We say that they're taking out about $4,000 every year, right? Right. So for 15 years, 4,000 times 15 is what? 60, right?
Yes.
So what is 180 minus 60?
120.
120. Both group of schools.
Yeah, and he was a Pacherian. The math is a bit.
We were Pacherians.
Oh, both of you.
No.
I think maybe you might have been the exception.
So
no, 60, 120.
Yeah, 120. But what is the balance that this person has in 15 years?
181.
181, right? Put in 180. They took out 60 to pay for the cost of the $1 million, right? But in 15 years from today, this person could walk in here with could walk out of this policy with $181,000.
Okay.
So is that a known or an unknown? It is. So that's why I say I never sit down and I don't understand why anyone would beat down something they don't know.
Yeah.
Right. I used to be, and it took a lot of learning also from me.
Yeah.
And I'll admit it that I would tell people, "Oh, your 401k is crap, is bullshit." No, it's not. Right? Because that may be the only way that you know that you are able to save.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And sometimes, crap happens.
It's better to have a bullshit 401k than not have one at all.
Than not have a 401k. But also educate yourself about your 401k and get into it and learn and speak to somebody who knows, not your HR person, because your HR person doesn't know shit about your 401k.
Yeah.
Right? So get to learn about it. Don't knock it.
Okay.
Right? There's nothing that is, the one that is bad is the one you don't understand. And obviously Kenyan Jew does not understand what we're talking about and needs to allow himself to just tuliza roho and get my book. I'll send it to you in Nairobi or in Timbuktu, wherever you are. I will get it to you at absolutely no cost to you.
Now, Stephen Okoth over here says, when you borrow,
That's my baby brother.
When you borrow, do you pay yourself interest like you do with a 401k plan? Higher, keep that. When I hit the jackpot casino, I'm fully aware that my winnings will be siphoned.
Let's give Kenya
on the casino. I know that house always wins, right? So riddle me this: given that 100% of life insurance holders will die, how do these insurance companies continue to thrive unless these are folks who don't collect or live long enough to outlive the initial purpose of the life insurance?
Real quick, why I like, I think
most of these questions, again, I'll say, Cliff Rain, Mtandao, Facebook inbox, the number is there, being posted, consult. And I think it's always good to know.
But you know why I'm appreciating, the points that Kenyan Jew is bringing up, and I know, for a lot of people who maybe understand some life insurance are not getting where he's coming from. I think Kenyan Jew is representing the man on the ground, and this is where this is where because life insurance,
because there's some things. Let me not knowing sometimes makes us very
skeptical.
Very skeptical.
Yeah.
Because we've had, we've heard of scams. Guys have been thoroughly brutalized.
Yeah.
And he's right. You hear these things that are always on TV, term life insurance, 500,000 or whatever. Then you hear of other schemes that end up being Ponzi schemes or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just that people don't know. And even if you want to really know, you think that somebody is there to explain to you, this person himself or herself is really out to get you.
Yeah.
And the good thing is that over here, Cliff said, there's no bad policy.
Yeah.
The only bad one is the one that you don't
understand.
Which you don't understand.
Yeah.
And many of us don't know that. We don't understand.
Yeah.
We really don't. We just don't get it.
Yeah.
And you hear, and I'm sure many people, like if you're on, let's say, Facebook, or if you're on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, everyone is coming up with cash making schemes. Amazon, be it Walmart, be it what, save your money, just do this. If it's flipping houses, everyone has a scheme that they're selling.
Yeah.
Right? So how am I going to get the best bang for my buck? Yes, you're telling me that I need to sort myself out.
Yeah.
But I also think I need to think about my family.
Yeah.
But over here you're telling me to cough out 1,000.
Okay.
If you're telling me to cough out 1,000, but probably I am a day laborer or a casual laborer, or I'm working at, let's say, for example, I'm working doubles.
Yeah.
And when I say doubles, I'm a GNA, I'm a CNA, I've got a FAMO. How am I going to be able to afford 1,000? And that is where, like, probably you go for the shiny one. And that is why education is important.
If I can
truthful education.
But if I can just interject. This is where we talk about looking at the cost and looking at value. And sometimes I've spoken to people who I talked about $1,000 and I never saw them again, right? Because the concept of $1,000 is every month.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, right?
Let's not.
No.
It's a lot of money.
It's $1,000, but you're looking at the $1,000 you're putting out, right? But like in this particular case, if I put out $1,000 every month for the next 15 years, right? And I am told that, you know what? I will have that 1,000, whatever it is I've put aside, I'll have it back in that 15, 20 years plus, right? It is mine. Not forget about the life insurance side of it. This is just my cash that is mine, right? That's what we do with our 401ks and what have you, right? So let's not. So I don't prescribe $1,000. This was an example.
Just give an example.
Yeah, an example of someone, right?
Even 500.
When I sit down with anyone, right, we have to do what makes sense.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you have to do what makes sense. It may be great that you get $1 million policy, but guess what? $100,000 policy, given your life, the size of your situation. Because before I do anything for anyone, I'm doing a needs analysis for you.
Yeah.
I'm doing a financial needs analysis and saying, hey, this is where you should be, but in reality, you've got this much debt that you're servicing. You've got this little income that you're using to service that debt. You've got a farm of this size and this and that. So you can't quite afford it. So I'll say, hey, look, one thing you need to do is probably start to cut back on some of the things you're doing.
Yeah.
Right? To be able to put something aside for you. And I will not necessarily tell you to get into a cash value policy. Because remember what I said in the beginning? I said a term life policy is just as good as a cash value policy. Right? Because if I get $1 million term life and $1 million cash value, $1 million term life, 40-year-old, $100 a month. $1 million cash value, 40-year-old, $1,000 a month. Right?
So wait,
at the end of the day,
cash value
is the IUL.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
this is the one that is also has that savings component inside of it.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So $1 million cash value term life, $100. $1 million cash value, $1,000.
Okay.
Right. Who am I to tell you to get the cash value or insist that I can only sell you cash value when you can also get $1 million for $100, which protects the same family you're trying to protect?
Nope.